Even those that are at the top of the music industry, quote unquote, often fail this crucial test. And this is one of the most costly questions to not answer when you're about to launch something. Welcome back to Full Stack Creative. As I've said many times on this channel, I used to manage a recording studio here in Orlando, Florida. So I literally watched hundreds of singles and albums get launched by artists who were really, really good. And what I found is that the goodness of the project, how good it sounded, how revolutionary the artist was, had no bearing on how much success they would have in marketing that album and marketing that release. If independent musicians could just ask themselves a couple of questions to validate their marketing ideas before they launch them, they would probably at least be able to avoid damaging ideas. And by using these questions, you can backwards engineer good marketing ideas. So let's go over the all-important 3 questions you must ask yourself before you launch any piece of marketing. Question number 1, how can we be sure that the campaign is going to get in front of the people it's intended for? Now, when you're running a campaign to get new listeners, the person it's intended for is anyone and everyone who might like it. New people, people who don't already know who you are. So that question kind of changes to how do you get in front of new people? For instance, organic social media posts are not really an effective way to get in front of everyone except those who already follow you. And even if that subsegment, these people who already follow you, you're only ever going to reach a small percentage of those people. Music videos are not a good way to get in front of new people. Simply releasing a music video does not guarantee or even sort of suggest that you're going to reach people who haven't heard of you before. All of these things, they require your actual manual attention, focus, and effort. Hand-to-hand combat. It's got its place, but it's not scalable. It's not something that's going to get you in front of tons of new people. On the other hand, advertising is scalable, right? If I create an ad that when it gets in front of people, it shows them my content and they dig it, then I can just spend more money on that ad, or I can run it to a wider audience. A great process for playlisting, that's scalable. You can scale up. You can spend more on more playlists in order to get in front of more new listeners. So it's important to understand when you're about to launch a marketing campaign or about to release something, how is it going to get in front of the people it's intended for? Question number 2, who gives a shit? Seriously, who cares? Why is anyone going to care about what you're releasing? Why are people going to get invested in the communication that you're putting forth? Oftentimes, artists are going to put out a marketing campaign that they just expect everyone to care about for whatever reason. And you can see this in the form of social posts where people are posting just a million links, or for anyone who ever uses the phrase "out now." The fact that something is now public where it once was private is not in itself a newsworthy event. I've never seen a post about how something is out now go viral, unless it's like the new iPhone. Ultimately, unless you've already got a huge warm audience, people who are waiting for your product to come out, it's unlikely that anyone's ever going to really care that your thing released. Now, we can examine viral content that typically does go viral, to understand what people actually care about. People care about ordinary people with incredible talents. Walmart Yodel Kid, Ted Yoder. For some reason, content that depicts ordinary circumstances and ordinary people doing something extraordinary typically goes viral. People are naturally curious. People fall into open loops. Examine BuzzFeed, right? BuzzFeed got huge off of clickbaity article headlines. Top 7 ways to save money in your kitchen. Hint, number 5 will shock you. If I walk away without figuring out what item number 5 is on that list, it's gonna bug me. Open loops or unresolved narratives, we're naturally addicted to that. We give a shit about it. We investigate content and messaging that elevates our status potentially. So when I see someone super talented doing something extraordinary in an ordinary setting, I can share that with my friend and they'll be shocked and impressed too. And because I shared it with them, I get a little bit of social capital off that. When BuzzFeed says number 5 will shock you, I need to be the first to know it because it might be crucial information to share with others that raises my social status in their eyes. All successful marketing centers around an elevation of status for the viewer or the buyer or the listener. If this isn't going to raise their status, if there's no opportunity for them to make some kind of social, monetary, or lifestyle gain from participating in it, they don't give a shit. They just won't give a shit. So your marketing campaign needs to ensure that there is a baked in, valid reason for people to check it out. That could be that number 5 is gonna shock them. It could be that there's a talented yodeling kid down at the local Walmart, but it probably shouldn't be, hey, out now, flame emoji, iTunes link. No one gives a shit. If I see your message online and I don't know who you are, you have 5 seconds to get me to feel like I need to continue. And if you don't accomplish that within those first 5 seconds, I'm gone. I'm not gonna care. In fact, this is why songs with long intros just across the board do worse on Spotify than songs that start off with a bang. Why should I give a shit? Why should I give a shit right now? And then question number 3. How can you follow back up with those who do give a shit? And this is one of the most costly questions to not answer when you're about to launch something. If you think about a relationship, a friendship, a love, any relationship, a relationship is just the sum total of all the interactions that you've had and can remember with a person. So for instance, if you and I met on the street and then I took you to a party and then I got you a hot dog and I dropped you off at your house and I said, hit me up anytime if you want to chill. Well, all those experiences are pretty positive. You're going to think that we have a good relationship going. Now, because it's a short amount of experiences, you'll be a little bit more hesitant because there is a time vector overlaid over all that. But ultimately, you want to know that every interaction that we have adds to or subtracts from our relationship. The benefit of getting someone to engage with your marketing campaign is that it either starts a relationship with a first interaction or it adds an interaction to an existing relationship. But if I can't follow back up with you after I've added that interaction to our permanent record, then there's no point in me having even added the interaction because I can't ever talk to you on that basis. This means you can never really make progress with your audience. It's like Sonic the Hedgehog with no checkpoints. For a marketing campaign to be worth the cost and the effort, you want to be able to talk to those who it worked on specifically. You want to be able to solo them out from everyone else and talk to just them. On Spotify, if I run a playlist campaign and I get thousands of new listeners, that's great, but I can't communicate with them. I have to pray that they follow me on Spotify or keep up with my latest releases. I can't manually reach out to them and talk to them. This return path concept, which I'll put a longer video to up here in the description, it is a crucial component of successful marketing campaigns. So, 3 questions that will stop you from having bad marketing campaigns. 1, how can we be sure that the campaign is going to get in front of the people it's intended for? Number 2, who gives a shit? How are you gonna hook them, keep them engaged, maintain their attention? And number 3, if you do that successfully, how are you gonna follow back up with them? Them specifically, not them plus everyone else who you targeted. The people who actually responded, who actually did the thing you were trying to get them to do with the marketing campaign. Now, there are other helpful questions that can improve your marketing, like what specific sub-segment of my fan base is the campaign for? Segmented messaging, segmented marketing, picking a specific sub-segment of the people you're trying to reach has a dramatically higher conversion and success rate than unsegmented marketing campaigns. Another helpful question might be, what goal can my campaign achieve based on that sub-segment? You might be able to get your actual fans to get on an email list. You might be able to get your email list subscribers to make a first purchase. But if you're not appropriately choosing the goal of your marketing campaign based on the sub-segment it's for, then you're leaving opportunity on the table. But hopefully these questions get you to running better and more successful campaigns in the future. Now, if you want to learn all of the campaign strategies that we have to offer here at Entrepreneur, if you want a deep dive, step-by-step training on 13 different campaign structures and strategies, I highly highly recommend you check out our Indie Pro membership service. That service not only gets you access to those 13 trainings, but a new training is released every 2 months. We also do weekly live stream Q&As and audits and monthly live trainings, along with a suite of exclusive discounts on all different types of services that creatives can use. And it also comes with access to our private Facebook mastermind, where you can interface with thousands of other independent musicians and creatives who are doing this exact same stuff every single day. Above all else, I really hope that this video helps you not run crap marketing campaigns, because I'm getting sick of it. It's just nuts. The newsfeed is polluted with terrible ads. With that said, I've been Circa for Full Stack Creative. If this video was helpful, if it informs you in some way or is going to change how you operate as a creative, then click like below and subscribe to get more helpful videos where I will continually try to improve your marketing prowess. And if you do, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.